So I'm here with one of my really great students, Fred Gratson, in his gorgeous home. And here you go, Fred. Fred's a real character. So Fred, tell the Golfing Kingdom about your experience with the program.
Well, you have to understand it in the context of where I came from. I started golf when I was 52 years old, so a very late start. Took a ton of lessons, was highly erratic. I think my handicap was 36. It was definitely 36, although it deserved to be more because I don't think I ever shot greater than 108. But as soon as I learned from Stephen, within a couple of months, my handicap was down to 18. There was a consistency, there was a greater joy in the game. But this latest iteration, which happened maybe 2-3 weeks ago, my game took a quantum leap where before an 18 handicap is kind of sweet and nice, but
wait a minute, it's not so sweet, but okay.
Well, for me, when you start...
right, when you start so late.
36,
okay, right, okay, good, right.
And really my goal was to have a handicap where I could be allowed to play on St. Andrews or to play on a golf course in Ireland where they're strict about handicaps. They take it seriously.
Right.
And that was my goal. And I kind of achieved it, but when I learned from Stephen this latest iteration, it just made everything sweeter and more consistent and more accurate. I mean, now, I think my iron play, and I think Stephen will attest to this, my iron play and my wedge play is really quite good.
No, it's to a scratch golfer, not a scratch golfer, but a single-digit handicap golfer's level, no question.
So I think right now it's just a matter of doing it more, where I become more familiar with the nuances of the game. How to stand when I'm on a slope.
Set up, right.
But I couldn't be more delighted, and I've told Steve this a million times, but I'm going to tell the Golfing Kingdom that I think Stephen's insight into any athletic motion, not just the golf swing, but the tennis stroke, pitching a baseball, hitting a baseball, is probably the greatest contribution to sports ever. I think Stephen is a huge sporting genius, an athletic genius, and should be taken extremely seriously. Although it's hard to take me seriously because I'm a buffoon. But
you're just a clever guy. Fred, talk about your last round, okay? At a very challenging course.
Yeah, it's Spirit Hollow in
one of the top 5 courses rated in Iowa.
Yeah, it's really pretty, and a lot of elevated tee boxes,
right.
tees, and there's like 3 or 4 tee choices.
Right. It's a real deal.
Yeah, and I was invited to play with 2 guys. There was a foursome. 2 of them were very good, and I was a bit nervous about playing with them because normally I play with Stephen, and he's really easy, and I can get feedback on my swing immediately. Whereas now I'm thrown into the deep end with some guys that are pretty good, and I was a little nervous about it. And these guys hit the ball a lot further than I did. So, but my second shots were spot on, much better than their second shots. And the first 3 holes, I was the only guy to par each one.
So you're on the green in regulation, 2-putted?
Yeah, I'm 2-putting on. I was actually for the first 4 holes, I was on the green in regulation, and these guys I think got intimidated by me, because I saw they started to play a little sloppier, trying to hit the ball farther, which is really
going the opposite way.
Going the opposite way because their shots were wild into the weeds and all that, and I'm right in the fairway, and then the second shot is like near the pin and. Anyway, it was the best golf I ever played.
You shook him up, Fred.
I shook him up.
You shook him up.
The best golf I ever played in my life.
Okay.
And of course, when we got to the 17th hole, the wheels came off and I quadruple bogeyed. But other than that, I was.
But it's an experience that you just felt really comfortable out there.
The thing that amazed me, not only the consistency, but I felt that I graduated to becoming a golfer. that I was no longer a pretender. I was crashing the gate. I was, I was a student of the game. Clearly, I'm still a student of the game. But I just felt that I belonged on the golf course, that the golf course wanted to be there, that I wasn't hacking away. It was a psychological thing, but I really enjoyed the experience of now being a member of the golfing fraternity.
Well, Fred, congratulations. You are one of my top students ever, and we're going to send this out to the Golfing Kingdom out there and see what the response is. And thanks for taking the time out to do this.
My pleasure.
Okay.
This is all right?